Hi, my name is Anthony Mascola, International Art Director for Tony and Guy. Welcome to our new video collection. What I'm going to be working on is what we call C curvature. C curvature is really where you're beginning from the eyebrow, working to the ear, and then slide cutting down, so we end up with this curve shape around the perimeter of the face. Working with this on both sides, then we allow ourselves to create different variations on the top and at the front. Here we're going to be working a slightly asymmetric long front, so we're going to keep length, we're not going to be working a fringe, and then slightly shorter through the crown, then working into the layers. And what it gives you is a very fresh look to a long hairstyle. So what we need to do first is take our section and take out almost a V section from the recession to the crown on both sides. Do these partings so we can then start with our C curvature underneath. So I'll just spend a little bit of time just getting this parting correct. Keep it slightly curved, so you're working with the pivots of the head. Just working that down. So it's important the way we take our partings, because obviously, even though we put a lot of personalizing and feeling into the haircut, it's still very important that we work technically to create good balance between the shape. Tie it up, keep it out of the way for now, and allow ourselves to create our shape. Just combing everything down. Use a little bit more protein spray. The hair needs to be damp or wet. Not soaking wet, but enough that it's evenly through. Now with C curvature, what we want to do is also take the sectioning in exactly C curvature too, because then you can follow the line that you make and you give yourself a guideline. We're going to start with quite a large section. Depending on the thickness of hair will determine the size of the section. It's also important that we create a graduation within this C curvature. Pulling the hair slightly out. So we get that softness. And using the corner of the eyebrow as a guide. Just start to cut and then catch in and slide cutting. Regrip, comb through and slide cut down. So immediately you see this line that you're starting to create, but with graduation in the hair, and it just curves round. And just make it a little bit more definite. Pulling out, slightly forward, catch in and sliding down. Grabbing the hair all the way down to the length that you want to keep. So there automatically you start to create that curve. Our next section. Each time you do a section, you can improve and create more definition in your line. So working precisely allows you to really see what you're achieving. But it's completely different to what we've been doing over the last few years. Everything is more length at the front. It is going back to the 80s, where you're working with C curvature, and it's allowing us to create a new kind of feeling within our cuts that is current for today. Just working all the way down to that line. Down. see how we're working that through. A little bit more definition. Grab in and slide in that through. Okay, so just combing down now into the direction of your graduation and slight forward movement, slight elevation. Work precisely, and that will give you the line you want. There you go, that pretty much gives us our first side. So once the hair falls down naturally, instead of this graduation, you'll get a much softer feel into that line. And that's what we want to achieve. Okay, we now need to move to the other side. We have two guides, one by the eyebrow and one in front of the ear. So we use those two guides, see where the measurement is, and use that as a guide to create the first part of your cut. Quite a large section, 1.5 inches. Work it into that curve. You can see pretty much the way you're going to cut it is the way you've taken the section. Just get that clean. I'm just going to put a guide in first for the front part. So just roughly, or as close to exactly the same as the other side. Give a little bit of protein spray. Now with slide cutting, you can do one side from the front and the other side you've got to do from the back.